This is an Insane Cast production. You're listening to Thanks for Watching the All Movies Podcast. With your cast, Beth, DJ, Jimmy. And now, thanks for watching.
Welcome to Thanks for Watching, episode 48. Yo! I'm DJ. Sitting across from me is...
Hey, it's Jimmy.
It's Jimmy! And we don't have Beth today. She is babysitting today, so there's no way for her to be on the show today. So, darn it. But that's okay. We still have a good show for you. We have, let's see, we'll talk a smidge about Escape Room. We have Glass, and we have A Dog's Way Home. Yeah. Then, streaming, I think we have some streaming. Do we have streaming, Jimmy?
We
do.
We
have. Good.
Good. We've got, You've
got some streaming going on. Okay. We have another challenge for you. I hope it's not too easy. Did you hear any of it?
I did, and it's super easy.
Okay, well, it might be super easy, except for Abby. She might not get it. Whenever we say it's easy, she can't get it.
And the show wasn't calling you out, Abby. That was DJ as a person.
That was totally DJ. And then next week's openings, future films, and a new discussion question. That's new discussion question. Yeah?
New.
Yeah, new. Speaking of news...
Not me.
Not me. So, I didn't do the sing-along for Bohemian Rhapsody. I really wanted to, but it was like at 3 in the afternoon. There was no way I could make it. So, there was a 2:45. Not happening. Too much going on after work. Couldn't make it, darn it. And that would have been fun. Jimmy, would you do a sing-along of Bohemian Rhapsody?
No, I wouldn't.
Aww. What about for your anniversary, which is tomorrow? Congratulations. How many years?
22.
Nice. Wow. Congratulations.
Not even on my anniversary.
Not even on your anniversary.
No, not happening.
No. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. What other... I had other news. So after this is released, you'll have heard nominations for the Oscars. So look forward to us talking about that next week. Just a smidge. We won't talk too much about it, but we'll be like, we hated that they were nominated, or yay, we loved it. That type of a thing. We'll see how that works out.
Yeah.
So when you hear about your favorite actor being nominated, you should send us some info. Send us let us know. Hey, my favorite actor, whether it be, what are some great actors out there? Adam Driver, perhaps?
Perhaps.
Yeah. Maybe your favorite
Carrie
film?
Fisher. You think Carrie Fisher's going to get anything, like, posthumously?
I don't know. It could happen. I mean, something from Star Wars. Anything's possible. Anything's possible.
Yeah.
But anyway, send us your feedback at 512-podcast. That's 512-763-2278. Go to our website. Where did that come from?
I have no idea.
Don't read backwards. TFWmovies.com. I'm afraid to go further with that. Holy smokes.
I think.
Our email address is on there. Shout out at TFWmovies.com. I'm not going to spell that out for you by any means. But you've got us on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and Google Plus, whatever else, at TFW Movies. I think we're on Reddit now too, which is interesting. We'll see how that works out. But too much, almost too much. But one of our most favorite places is Patreon. You can contact us on Patreon at patreon.com/TFW Movies. Yeah.
And that is that.
Yeah. So, And I think we have another midweek review coming up on there pretty soon. So if you wanted to sign up, now would be a great time to do it. Yeah, so you get one of those midweek reviews. Yay! Wow, it's one of those days where I can't speak. Oh wait, that's every single day. Yeah, we could go with this. So, anyway, films about being fired. That was the suggestion that you came up with last week.
Right.
Which was, I liked it. This was a good one. It was a toughie. We had to really dig deep down to find that one. So let's find out about our loyal listeners. First of all, Crackhead Blue. She talked about The Devil Wears Prada. What did you think of that one? Did you get to see that one?
I did. Honestly, I don't remember a whole lot of it.
Oh, okay. And then there's Falling Down, and I think that's a overwhelming. Like almost everybody thinks of Falling Down. That was kind of a shocker movie. Like when that came out, it was like, whoa, he went crazy. So
right.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Good film. Fight Club.
Oddly enough, I've never seen Fight Club.
Oh, I think you've got to see Fight Club. It's pretty good. Now it's like almost cult classic-y. Classic-y.
It is.
Like that.
It is very.
Yeah. So, and Brad Pitt's pretty cool. He's good in that. And he was a youngster back, when that came out.
Maybe I have seen it.
Yeah.
My memory of the last little bit has just been horrible.
Yeah. Keeping busy. Well, you got through that law school thing, and that, anything that was not necessary to remember kind of fell out.
It really, yeah.
It's amazing what school does to your memory. Well,
yeah.
She added Philadelphia. That's a good fired film.
That is.
Mm-hmm. And some honorables, which are Ghostbusters, the ultimate firing, led to some great people, and then American Beauty. Yeah.
Right.
So those are some great ones. Blue, I love it. Just Joe added some. Here we go. Mr. Mom. That was a good one. I really enjoyed that. Mr. Mom. Little, what's his name? Who played Batman?
Which Batman?
Yeah, I know the very first, like not like Adam West, not Adam West, but the what is Michael Keaton? Michael Keaton's in that one.
Someone recently said that my son Jacob looks like a young Michael Keaton.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
I was like, oh, okay.
I hope he doesn't have the crazies like Michael Keaton supposedly has.
Maybe.
Have you heard he's kind of a crazy actor? Like gets angry really easy and has like something like that? I have not. No, not heard anything about that. I don't. Yeah, Jacob, that's not his personality. Yeah, that might be a good one where movies where the main star freaked out on set. If we can find those kind of films. That's some research right there. Man, it would be like one movie and it would be whatever someone else said. Right. So anyway, Just Joe, Mr. Mom, I really like that one. Friday. Sorry, just going back to Mr. Mom, that was just so... That was amazing, like in the day when it was the men supposed to go to work and the women supposed to stay home, and just totally challenging that whole idea or mindset, which makes me think of the movie on the basis of sex, kind of like going on that. Yeah. So totally, I love Mr. Mom. Great one. Okay, Friday, Fight Club. There we go. Office Space, which is a great one. Falling Down, again, part of the whole group. I have to tell you, Falling Down was one of mine as well. I can't hold it in anymore. I really liked Falling Down. Okay, now here's one I have not seen. And it was, I think it's 2016 it came out. So David from my alumni group, he said Glennery Glen Rose.
No, Glengarry Glen Ross.
Oh, well, there goes my reading.
It was 1992.
92? Wow.
Yeah.
I have all that wrong. That entire thing was incorrect.
Yeah.
So you've seen this?
Yeah.
What?
I have, and if I remember right, it's a bunch of real estate salespeople.
Glengarry Glen Ross.
Where everybody in this, I don't know what it's called. Is it a firm or
Yeah, I would call it a firm.
a real estate murder because they're like crows.
Oh. Yeah.
Not a big fan of the realtor thing, but
Ah.
everybody on their sales staff would be fired except for the top two. So they're lying, stealing, cheating, just trying to make the deals and getting all that going. And so
Wow.
the plot was based largely around you're going to get fired. Only
okay.
two of you are going to be like Survivor Island kind of thing.
Okay. I think I want to see this film now.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
It really is a good.
Shows
it's a good film.
It's like a
actually on
dog eat
my
dog
list.
world. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So you did see it. Yay. Okay. Well,
One in a row.
One in a row. All right, Teacher Jam Strauss, in no particular order whatsoever. He informed me last week, you don't have to put mine in order anymore. It was just that one show. So I'm like putting it all in order. Anyway, Up in the Air. That's a good one.
It's actually on my list as well.
Is it? Cool. Anchorman. I was pegging that one to be on your list.
That too.
And Ghostbusters. Ooh. All right, that's it for our listeners.
So what do you got on your list,
On
DJ?
my list, oh gosh. This was a tough one because there's several. Okay, Guardians of the Galaxy 3. No, I'm kidding. That was the only one fired was the director of that film. Sorry. It hasn't even come out yet. I haven't seen it, so I can't say it's my favorite. And nor can I say anything else beyond that. Just a joke. Just kidding. Okay, UHF is on there where somebody gets fired. Then I have to say Ghostbusters is right up there.
I'm drawing a blank on this because Ghostbusters come up. What is the... I don't...
Well, they get fired from the university, so then they have to go on their own.
The
Ghostbusters.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that was part of the plot.
Yeah. So, and then somebody like mortgages the house, and voila, now they have a business.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah. Jerry Maguire. Show me the money. I like that.
That is a great film.
Yeah. Dumb and Dumber. Yup. And just because it was hilarious, everybody gets fired on Beverly Hills Cop 2.
Right.
Which was hilarious. But like Independence Day was good. So many. It's
a pretty wide open category.
Yeah, exactly. Do you want me to read off Beth's really quick? Because Beth texted in some. She said, Mrs. Doubtfire. That's a good one. She added Ghostbusters, Office Space, Mr. Mom, and Anchorman.
Right. Yeah. And all of mine that I picked are all there, I think, with the exception of one. But number one is Mrs. Doubtfire for the obvious reasons.
To run by fruiting.
Up in the Air.
Yes.
Great movie. And I can see his face but I'm not. Holy crap! It just left me completely.
He's having a DJ moment.
Totally. George Clooney.
George Clooney. Oh, yeah.
It's a great movie. I think I actually talked about it. I streamed it from Netflix. Anchorman, because San Diego.
Yes.
Glengarry Glen Ross.
Glengarry Glen Ross. Let's say it right.
And the incredible Burt Wonderstone.
Oh, yes. That's a hilarious one. That's a great one. That's like edgy, almost like, should we go this far with this? It's really corny and yet really funny.
It's one of those things where it's Steve Carell, so he gets to do stuff that I don't think people normally would get away with.
Yeah, that's true. I think once these comedians like get really famous, they'll do stuff that you're like, oh wow, he did that.
Right.
Because they can. I mean, look at Seth Rogen. He does a lot of stuff that's like, really? You went and did that? But some of it is hilarious and some of it is bombs, but you know, they got to do their comedy routine, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, very cool.
I like how they're able to just recently, and I think we talked about it last week's show about The Upside.
Yes.
But I don't think I mentioned a lot of Kevin Hart's stand-up comes through in his movies.
Yeah. No, it does. You could totally tell that there's some Kevin Hart in there.
Right. Kind of throughout the whole movie.
Yeah. Pretty much, right? So, yeah. No, I like, and his stand-up's pretty good. So.
Yeah, So. Kevin Hart's got some good stuff.
Yes, he does.
It's not always family-friendly, but...
No, not always.
Good stuff.
But, hey, he did the Jumanji. Like, that was family-friendly. Yay! But not the stand-up.
And The Upside was that his motion pictures aren't bad.
Yeah. No, they're not bad at all.
Night School's another good one.
He was in the one with The Rock recently. It was the...
Jumanji?
Oh, yeah, it was Jumanji. But no, I was thinking of another one where they're agents.
Oh,
yeah. Like, I don't know what it's called. It's like they're FBI agents, or one's an FBI agent, the other one is not. And he, like, kind of forces him to go with him. Kind of like that. I think that's what it is. I want to say it starts with an I, but I don't. Maybe not. Maybe I was wrong.
Central Intelligence.
Yeah, Intelligence was in there. It starts with an I. No, yes, Central Intelligence. Yeah, that was a good one. I like them teaming up. That's a great one. Yeah. Okay. Well, I've exhausted all of that. Great films. If you like films and you want to see something good, those are our recommendations. Check them out.
Just in case it's, even though the economy is, air quotes, booming.
Yes.
People get fired left and right.
Right.
I thought about firing myself, as a matter of fact.
Oh, lately. No. Oh, dear. You're fired, Jimmy. What? You can't do that. You're me.
I know. I wish.
Oh, boy.
There's days.
Oh, wow. All right. Are we ready?
Let's do this thing.
All right. Stuff we're putting in our eyes. Well, Jimmy, I know we talked about it on our midweek review, but Escape Room, what did you think of this film?
Well, I actually was very reluctant to go and see it.
Yeah.
I was like, this is going to be one of those scary movies. It's really stupid, and totally surprised. Pleasantly surprised.
Oh, good. Yeah, I was too.
The only thing that detracted from it for me was the lady sitting next to me, but that wasn't anything to do with the movie. I had to tell her to use her inside voice.
Oh, wow. Wow.
She was talking to the screen. It was terribly annoying.
Oh, my gosh. So she wasn't doing a good job at talking to the screen now.
Well,
inappropriate rather than appropriate screaming at the screen.
It was just annoying. I was like, thought maybe she's intellectually disabled. And I did my evaluation. I'm like, no, she's just a redneck.
Oh, okay. Just redneck. Oh, my gosh.
Just a redneck.
Wow.
It was awesome. It was like old home week. Great film. Centers on a current phenomenon, the escape room games. We
of course.
Did one. Oh, excuse me. We had an escape room party for one of my daughters a few months back, and
oh wow,
this one was like way out there. Like they went all in.
Wow, yeah.
And I won't tell you why they go all in, because near the end of the movie, it's all revealed to you, the consumer of the film. But the plot is there's a group of people who have had played a specific role in an incident. With a disaster.
Yep.
And they're all gathered together, and one by one, they're supposed to be eliminated. They actually die.
Yeah.
Trying to make it out of the escape room, which is more like an escape building.
Right.
And the person in the beginning of the film that I feel like everyone is like, this guy's going to lead the group through. He's the first one to go.
Yeah.
He gets picked off so quickly, it's not even funny.
Yeah.
But
I thought he was the mastermind. I thought he was in on it.
Yeah. So did others.
Yeah.
In the film. But at the end of Hunger Games. I'm watching this thing and I'm thinking,
yes.
Hunger Games.
Yep.
Not as scary as Hunger Games for me.
For sure.
But I'm going to leave a lot of the plot out because I think that was part of my pleasant surprise, was the plot wasn't as corny and
right.
I thought it was just going to be stupid.
Yeah.
To be honest, but it was good. My favorite scene is there was a lot of really good gut-wrenching scenes.
Yeah.
I think my favorite scene is where it flashes back. The film flashes back to each one of the participants.
Okay.
For the reason why they're in the escape room.
Yeah.
I really like that. I like that foundation,
cool.
that background. I like that bit of cinematography that they do.
Okay.
Really drove the point home.
Yeah.
And it was cool to see how they all were weaved together because of their roles.
Now I'm curious if you found, I feel it was a little hokey, this part of the film. But when they were inside the cabin trying to get out, they had just escaped the fire. Mm-hmm. They're in the cabin trying to get out. That whole scene just seemed like it was...
It felt like Blazing Saddles.
Yes. Like, okay, really, guys? You don't get this? Because it seems way too easy.
Well, I see the contrast where it's a transition point.
Yeah.
And I actually had a conversation with my daughter who saw Escape Room before I did.
Yes.
And one of the their event, that's the room that portrays parts of it, because there's oil lamps in there. There's all this rusticy.
Yeah.
If you look around, there's actually there's like a pickaxe and there's some other things in there.
Yeah.
So, but it was like, it was like the late ad. It was like, let's splice this in.
Yeah, it felt like they could have, even if they had spliced it in, I think they could have rearranged the clues so that we didn't quite get it right away.
Right.
I mean, maybe it's a little spoiler, but when you first hear, you'll go down in history, you don't think of old presidents.
Right.
I'm sorry. It's not what you think of.
Right. Yeah.
So I think that if they'd taken that clue, hid it somewhere else,
right,
and let that scene go a little bit longer, that would have been a good scene. But in the meantime, it was definitely not.
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
I think I was practically shouting at the screen when that happened. I was like, come on, you don't get it? Come on.
Right. No, I think, yeah.
But overall, I mean, it was,
Yeah, my takeaway from the film is the rich and powerful are hard to entertain.
Yeah.
And what I learned new from the film is if you have enough money, you can build your own entertainment.
Yeah.
Anywhere. Almost any way.
Yeah.
My overall impression, it's a 9.
9. Oh, wow.
9.
Cool.
Yeah, I really, there was a lot of good acting.
Yeah. Okay. Sweet.
And
okay.
there was good twists. There was good plot twists because the person that, like, at the end, you're like, this guy?
Right. Really? Okay.
That guy? Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I was definitely not expecting that either. Totally.
yeah.
Okay. Very cool.
Yeah, I was talking to Adrian and trying to convince him he needs to go see it because
Why not? Yeah.
I think he thought it was going to be really scary.
Oh, it's PG-13, not scary.
Right. Like I said, I think that all of the Hunger Games franchise was scarier.
Right? Way more suspenseful and definitely scarier.
Yeah.
For sure.
So,
okay.
yeah, with that, someone found their way home from the escape room.
That's right. Somebody did find their way home. Now, I must say, I did say I didn't want to go see this film. I was like,
You did.
I don't want to see this. And I ended up seeing it anyway. So we went to see A Dog's Way Home, Penny and I. And remember I said that they showed it all in the trailer.
Right.
Okay, they didn't really show it all in the trailer. In fact, the trailer led me in a totally different direction than the way the dog went. So, I was surprised and pleasantly surprised. I was like, oh, okay, this is not as predictable as I expected it to be. In fact, the whole story was actually good. There was some really good stuff about the VA and people getting help after being in war. There was some really great stuff about. Let me tell you what my take on the plot of this before I go any further. So it's the story of a dog's journey from a friend's house to a VA hospital where her human works. So, but there's this terrible neighbor that adds or that tries to impound the dog by his friend, the dog catcher, saying this dog is a pit bull. And in Denver, there's a law that says pit bulls are not allowed outside. Right. So, and here's the weird thing is, if there are 3 officers that deem a dog a pit bull, then it's a pit bull. It could be a poodle, but if these 3 people say, oh, that's a pit bull, boom, it's a pit bull, and they can put it down.
There's actually, I'm going to nerd out on you a little bit.
Nerd, yes, let's hear it.
There's actually case law on the pit bull controversies, and none of the, a couple of cases were favorable to the government agencies that established, or the organizations that established those laws and regulations. But the having to declare a dog this or declare a dog that, what the law comes down and says, a dog can be a pit bull, but it's not dangerous unless it has a propensity to harm people.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be like saying all all people from Albania. If you're Albanian, you're dangerous. And you can't be outside the house. I mean, and that's kind of an extreme example.
Yeah, I
but
get
that's what it would be. It would be like everyone who has red hair.
Right.
You can't come outside, which probably is not a bad idea, but...
Actually...
you're going to get sunburned.
Right? More susceptible to that cancer.
Right.
Great.
Yeah, so there's my little...
okay.
Nerding out.
No, that's cool. I like that. This dog is not a pit bull. Clearly, it's not a pit bull.
No,
I mean, you look at it, you know.
I saw the trailer today when I went to to watch Escape Room earlier, and clearly not a pit bull.
And the guy that played the dog catcher, I mean, I've seen him in other things, and he plays a slimy guy really good. I really kind of thought it was good, yeah. But there was some CGI because the dog does some things that only a CGI can do.
Right.
There was, and of course there's a cougar that it friends, the dog friends, and that was definitely CGI cougar right there.
Well, see, here's the crazy thing. When we lived in Utah, I had friends who would go out and search for cougars, and the way that they would get the cougars, they photographed the cougars actually. So they had these dogs, and the dogs would go and chase the cougar to the edge of a cliff. Oh. And then they lay down, and the cougar comes up and will actually lay with them, and they start to bond. It's really weird.
That's nifty. Okay. Well,
because of all things, this cougar that could just like eat these dogs alive.
Yeah.
Is afraid of the dog because that primal whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
It's just crazy.
That whole cat mouse thing, Tom and Jerry kind of a thing. It's instinct. They're supposed to be afraid of them. Yeah.
It's dog and cat, not cat and mouse.
Well, yeah. So the metaphor went a little too far. Well, what can I say?
I'm just clarifying because...
Yeah. Thank you. But anyway.
So of the surprising scenes and being pleasantly surprised, what was your favorite scene?
Oh, my favorite scene. Oh, there were so many funny little things, nuances that you see what dogs do, and those things were kind of cool. I loved the setup for the dog escaping. That was kind of cool. It was like, oh, I see what they did there. But like a favorite scene, it has to be, my favorite scene is when the dog actually made it to the VA hospital. When it arrived home, so to speak. It wasn't actually home, but,
Right. The emotional home.
Yeah. So it was really good, and I don't think I was happy for the dog. I was happy for the humans that got their dog back. They did a really great job at showing the need that these folks had to have a therapy dog.
Right.
And I think that alone made me go, oh, they need that dog back.
So do you think that's your takeaway, your overall takeaway from the film?
I think so. I think that it's a really great advocate for therapy dogs.
Yeah,
definitely.
I've seen, if you asked me 10, 12 years ago what I thought about therapy dogs, I'd have been like,
right.
Yeah, right. Got it. Great.
Yeah.
You're a freak. Move on.
Right.
And it literally was probably around that time, probably 8 to 10 years ago, that when I worked as a victim advocate for people that were victims of sexual assault and domestic violence, that I saw what a little dog did to help a deaf lady.
Oh, yeah.
Who's a very dear friend, still to this day. And then I've seen it in my own family with my wife and your wife.
Yeah.
And,
These dogs know, and it was really good at showing that that the dog knows when you need some help.
It was interesting. I think I shocked the crap out of my family when I brought home a dog for my son Jacob, Duke.
Yeah.
But when I was studying for the bar the last time, Duke would sit at my feet.
Oh, neat.
Like in the office, he would just sit at my feet, and he could tell when I was stressed out, and he would just rub up against my leg. And,
oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Duke's a great therapy dog.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll do that.
And if you don't, if you're doing okay, he'll pee on stuff just so that you have some anxiety. He can help you.
Yes,
with.
that's right. That's right. That sounds like Duke. Here, you thought your day was bad. Let me show you how bad it can be.
Yeah. Don't get too comfortable. I don't want to be out of work, so
yeah.
Here, get a little angry.
Yeah.
I'll provide the anger.
Let me piss on your day. Here, let me do that. Oh yeah. So, but yeah, it was narrated by the dog itself, which was really neat. I kind of enjoyed that.
A recognizable voice? Do we know the actor, the voice?
I don't. Okay. I have no idea who that was. The only one I recognized was Judd. It was Ashley Judd.
Ashley Judd.
Yeah. So because she went from country singer to actress.
Right.
So
they kind of.
I think they're pretty much the same.
Glossed over the. I don't know where they end and begin.
Right. Because I mean, you're acting out songs and emotions, that type of a thing.
So, what was the thing that you feel like you learned?
What did I learn? Oh, I think Denver needs new laws.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm pretty sure it's based on old stuff, but yeah,
I sure hope so, because to be honest, that was just terrible. I mean, you just hit your friend taking it, and then I won't go any further because I would spoil the end completely. I mean, you all know that the dog goes home, so that's just not the thing. The hilarious part about taking the dog to the VA hospital in the first place, that was awesome. I liked that scene as well. So,
as you're talking, I want to go see the movie now.
Yeah.
And the reason why is I think it sounds like there's a couple of political statements in there as well.
Very much so. Yeah.
About don't discount people.
Yeah.
Because they're different.
Yeah.
Which I'm kind of a proponent of that.
Yeah. Kinda.
Just my deal.
Yeah.
What was your overall impression out of 10? What would you rate this film?
I have to go with an 8 on this one.
Okay.
I really enjoyed it. I was going for 7, but talking about it right now made me feel good again. And it was really a feel-good movie. And, like you said, there was some shoddy CGI things.
Right.
But, I mean, that could be overlooked. I mean, they had to do stuff. Oh, and this dog was really well trained. Holy moly.
And this is those of you that don't know DJ, which is probably none of you, has spent his time in dog obedience school.
Oh my gosh, yes.
His dog's been trying to get him to obey.
Yeah, right.
Now,
oh gosh.
Now they've spent Penny and DJ have spent an inordinate amount of time, like more than most people would see their therapist with their dog, and she's actually very well behaved, and so he's a connoisseur of dogs that behave.
Oh, this is way better than Behave. Oh, there's the scene where the dog has to look like its paw's broken. It did. I mean, it did it. I mean, I don't know if they had like a CGI, like they had something tied to, which I don't think is legal, to its paw so it will stay up while it runs or whatever. But I think it was just trained to do that, and I think it was amazing. That dog would do great. I mean, as far as I'll see this dog in other films in the future.
Right.
It has a future.
So the dog looked like it stepped on some glass.
Or got hit by a car. Whoops, did I give away too much?
No,
but still, yeah.
Stepped on some glass.
Yes, that's it. Yeah. Oh, I get you what you did there.
Oh my Lord!
Oh, I love it. You got me.
Never mind.
Hey, let's talk about glass, shall we?
Yeah, look, that sounds all right.
Good. Okay. Wow. Can I just say, the guy who plays Kevin Wendell Crumb,
James McAvoy.
I am 100% impressed by that guy's acting.
Not just acting. Okay, not
just acting. Okay.
Not just...
like he helps ladies across the street kind of a thing.
Not character acting, not... He doesn't fit into just one role.
Yeah.
It's not method acting. This guy is... He is the full... boat. He is everything. I mean, even his physical disposition.
Yeah.
And I understand that's part of acting. That's theater. That's that performing art.
Yeah.
But James McAvoy takes it to another level.
Oh my gosh.
Etc.
Yes.
You know, I would be so screwed up on that. I would. No, I. Three of. You know, there's like a handful of like 7 actors and like 7 actresses that when you see them, you want to see their movie.
Yes. Yeah.
Bruce Willis, Samuel L. Jackson. I mean, you had me at that. Now, any movie that comes out with James McAvoy, I mean, it's now on the list.
Yeah. So the new X-Men movie that he's in, he plays Professor X.
Right.
I mean, and he's played Professor X before, and I didn't even realize that was the same person. Like, I have to say, it's almost like Johnny Depp, where he gets so into a character.
I think he takes what Johnny Depp does in a singular character.
Yeah.
And he's able to flip through the Rolodex.
Yeah.
And
very much so. Which he did in this film.
Just amazing.
Yeah.
And I watched Split before.
Yeah.
In preparation.
Of course.
And I remember watching Unbroken, and that was good. And
Unbreakable.
My bad.
That's
Thank
okay.
you.
No worries.
But gosh, and bringing those together.
Yeah.
I think I have 2 movies left for this week, and I may go watch this again.
Good idea. Yeah, I think it's one of those where you have to watch it a second time.
Because it's like at the end of it, I was like, okay, can we rewind? Can we just rewind? I need to watch a couple of spots.
Right. It did leave me with some questions, like what the heck who are these people? And you're just showing me this little scene right here where everybody just comes to a standstill.
So, yeah. So for those of you that have been trapped under a rock or...
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I have people I care about who are incarcerated right now that know the plot of the movie because they've seen it.
Yeah.
So the plot is you have the Horde from the movie Split, James McAvoy, 24 personalities, got DID. Now I said it and I can't think of what it means.
Something identity. I don't know. That divided? No, you're right. I remember it was in the film. They did explain it. They said it once or twice, and then they went DID every time after that.
Dissociative identity disorder.
That's right.
And You have Samuel L. Jackson, who plays Elijah Jackson.
Yes.
Who is a highly intelligent person with brittle bone disease.
Yep.
And then you have Bruce Willis, who plays David Dunn, who owns a home security company. But I'm trying to remember what his incident was that gave him superhuman power.
Well, he just sort of was born with it. I mean, he had went through like a football thing where he pretended like he got injured so he could marry his wife because she didn't want to marry a football guy. There was a huge car accident that he survived, and his wife was fairly injured.
Well, and the train accident
which was Glass's doing. Glass created that accident,
right?
And then of course that's when we find out that when Kevin Wendell Crumb's dad was on that train,
right?
So I know it begs the question: why would Kevin be in cahoots with Glass when it's Glass's fault that his dad is dead?
Right.
So, kind of interesting idea there. Because I know there's a lot of people that are hating on this film.
And that's
I mean,
that's actually something that's one of the reasons I want to go back and watch it again.
Yeah.
I'd like to think that I'm a fairly, I can look at things and get a little deeper than the surface. And I feel like this movie has so many layers to it.
Yeah.
But the plot is that there's a person who's a psychiatrist.
Yes.
Who deals in DID, and her stated purpose is to gather people together who think they have a superhuman power, that they're comic book characters, etc.
Yes.
And well, it unfolds to be a little deeper than that.
Yeah.
But she gathers the Horde, Glass, and what's David Dunn's character?
He was the Watcher or the Night Watcher or
the Watcher. That's what it is.
Yeah, or Shadow something.
He had a couple of names.
Yeah,
actually.
Yeah.
But she brings them together to basically work on them being
cured. They're trying to fix them.
Well, they're trying to get them to admit that they're not.
Right. Say that they're not. And I'm glad that they didn't actually ever do that, because the last two films showed that they were this powerful. It explained it. And she was trying to explain a different phenomenon, like saying, oh, well, UFOs don't exist, which means you don't exist.
Right.
And for them to kind of go, well, I'm not going to say no, but this is what happened.
Yeah. Right. Now, so I really enjoyed the movie.
Me too.
The plot is really hard to unpack.
Yeah.
It really is hard to unpack. That's your basis. So you have these three people who have these superhuman abilities, whether it's the power of thought and analytics and intelligence, or pure strength, or the 24 multiple personalities. Bring them together to see if you can get them to admit that they're not superhuman, and they end up battling each other, literally. And there's plot twists even in the middle of these battles, which is amazing.
Now, do you have a favorite scene? I could tell you mine. I loved seeing what Glass did. I loved seeing what Glass was up to. I felt like he needed his own film, and I feel like this helped push that a little bit. I mean, it showed Glass not catatonic, but pretending to be. Did I give that too much away? But
yeah, you're good.
I'm good. But I mean, I really enjoyed seeing what he was up to, like what his villainy was all about, or what he was doing.
And did you catch on to it at the beginning of when he's like, "This is what we're going to do, and this is where it's going to happen"?
No, I didn't even catch that.
Yeah, I that came back and gave me whiplash.
Yeah.
My favorite scene,
yes,
is where the Beast comes out and has dialogue with both Glass and David Dunn.
Ooh, okay.
And you get to see that it's not just this growling, fierce beast, but there's a protector under all of that.
Yes, yeah. Which is what needed to be done in the first place. Enjoy that pun.
Right. Perfect. Great. So that's my favorite scene where the Beast actually dialogues instead of growls and just like squeezes people in half and crap.
Right. And the foreshadowing of the dialogue was the comic book where the Beast was there talking.
Right.
Which I thought was pretty nifty. I was like, oh, that's cool.
I love how they threw the comic book and then the little blurbs about the history of the comic books and brought in characters from previous movies that it's really good.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. I think it's a good one. I mean, there are people that are haters of the M. Night Shyamalan stuff. You know, if you could sift through that, it's good.
My opinion is a lot of people have issues with M. Night Shyamalan.
Yes.
Because his movies are not like surfacey.
No.
You could just sit and watch and not have to do a lot of thinking.
Yeah.
He makes you work.
Does.
You get to pay and you get to work. It's kind of like what I do for work. I get to tell them they're wrong, and then they get to pay me. Yeah.
I want to know what I missed.
And I'm going to have to see this movie again because there is so much that... I'm still trying to figure out what in the hell happened at the end.
Yeah.
I mean, this is more... For me, this one is more than at the end of the Avengers.
Oh, okay.
There's more left in limbo than that.
Yeah. Yeah.
For me.
Right. And it's the end. There's no movie coming out after this. That's it. That's all we get.
And that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, that can't be the end.
Right. Right. This is not. This is one of those Shakespearean tragedy endings. It's not like
and I don't buy that's what it is. I don't buy it.
Yeah.
And maybe that's the marvel of the situation.
Right. I want to know what Dunn's son is going to be doing now, along with Glass's mom and the gal that was in the not she wasn't. What was she?
She was in Split.
She was in Split.
She was
one of the kidnappies by accident.
Right.
And she's in this one, and I thought that was really weird that they brought her back. Like there was some closure or something that she didn't get.
No, she did not. So, what was your takeaway overall from the film?
Oh man.
Well, why don't? Because I think the two questions kind of go together. Yeah. What was your takeaway, and from that, what did you learn?
What did I learn? I learned that. M. Night likes to add some twists to everything.
Yeah.
And I kind of enjoy the twist. I really enjoy the way you'd say, oh, it will always go this way.
Right.
And it didn't. Which is probably why I liked the last one, The Dog's Way Home, because it didn't go the way I expected it to go. Which is really good. I mean, there's something great about predictability. I mean, I could say, oh yeah, this film was a lot like Unbreakable. It was a lot like Split. It was those two movies combined.
But you weren't able to tell how they were going to merge.
Right. I had no idea how they were going to merge. And then they emerged with this weird organization that I want to know more about.
And I think that's where the movie goes. My biggest takeaway is don't take things at face value.
Yeah.
And in the line of questioning, the good doctor, I'm trying to remember her name. Give me a half a second here.
Have a second.
Dr. Ellie Staple.
Yeah.
As she's questioning all three of them sitting together.
If that is her real name.
To me, it was just like, okay, this is not adding up.
Yeah.
There is something way deeper here than just the psychiatric evaluation and trying to figure out a treatment regimen and what is the underlying plan. And it comes up later on, but I think what you have to take away is you got to pay attention to the details in life. Mm-hmm. Because there's people trying to convince you, and I think the underlying of the whole movie is there's people and things that are trying to influence you to believe what they want you to believe.
Yeah.
And that you shouldn't.
Right.
And even take it to the grave.
Right.
You know, and I'm like, wow, that's extreme, but you know what? That's a reality.
And make sure everybody has a different tattoo.
Right. Right. So,
but I'm 9. I've given it a 9. I really enjoyed this.
I'm a 9 as well on it.
Other than a few things that I was like asking more questions, like, I want to know more.
See, and that's why I think there is another film, because they left a lot.
Oh, I hope so.
To unpack.
Yeah.
And not necessarily Glass and
right.
Kevin
Wendell Crumb and David Dunn.
The Horde and David Dunn.
Yeah. Are they done?
I think those characters may.
Yeah.
But all the other stuff going on, you've got Casey and Joseph and Mrs. Jackson. Yeah. So 9. That was a good one. If you're wondering what to go watch and you have a choice and you have not seen this movie, or if you've seen this movie and you're like DJ and I both, go see it again.
Right. Yeah. Check it out.
Well worth whatever you pay for it.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. There you go. Cool. All right. Well, I think that's it on our movie review section. We've got now is our challenge, and last week's challenge was In and Out. That's why it sounds familiar to you, mister. You're like, oh, this sounds so familiar. I think I know. I should know it. That's the one. And Crackhead Blue correctly ascertained the answer. Yay, Crackhead Blue. Congrats. All right. Are you ready for the new one? Let's see if I can get it in the microphone properly. Here we go. Ready?
Oh, had enough, eh? Look, you stupid bastard. You've got no arms left. Yes, I have. Look. It's just a flesh wound. Look, stop that. Chicken. Chicken. Look, I'll have your leg. Right. Right, I'll do you for that. You what? Come here. What are you going to do, bleed on me? I'm invincible.
I love that scene. I just do. All right. What is that film? Come on, everybody. I expect at least 12 answers today or tomorrow, whenever you send it to me.
Whenever today is.
Whatever today is, exactly. So, great film. I'm going to have to watch it again now that I've played that clip. Oh, my goodness. All right. So, let's move on to streaming, shall we? I've streamed nothing. I have not had a chance to stream anything.
Well, this last week was extraordinarily unproductive for me. We had the flu run through. Started with one of our kids, my wife. Then
streamed right through the family.
Literally. Both ends.
Yes.
So I spent some time with streaming.
Okay, sweet. What do you got for us?
I started with a series on Amazon Prime called The Informer. It's about the CPS, which is the Crown Protective Services in London, England.
Oh, it's CPS. I like that.
Yeah, because I had to look it up. I'm like, they're not Child Protective
No.
Services. Basically, they're kind of like Secret Service.
Okay.
Or FBI, CIA, kind of a mixture of those. But this particular group that they focus on is a counterterrorism unit. And what they do is they recruit informants to help discover terrorist cells. Well, they end up doing that, but it shows how it unfolds. I watched all the episodes that they had for the first season.
Oh, wow.
I really enjoyed it. There's a huge twist at the very end of it, which is completely unexpected. And there's an ambulance next door.
I saw the lights going by.
Well,
anyway,
enough of that. Hopefully, nobody in our neighborhood is dead.
Yeah, hopefully they get some fix.
I really enjoyed it. It gave a little different perspective on another country's law enforcement and things like that.
I like that because we don't get to see that very often other than the MI6 thing that we've got at the 007 and all that. But that seems more fictitious than maybe something like this.
Yeah, this is more on the ground level. And people that come in and out, it's very there's lots of layers to this show.
Yeah.
And every show starts with the end.
Oh.
They play part of the capstone of this season.
Okay.
They show like 7 minutes of it, and then they go into leading up to it. Here's this segment.
Okay, I kind of like that.
It's really cool. It's really intriguing. It shows the political, social, cultural struggles in England with the Muslim, the Islamic faith with the Muslim people.
Yeah.
And
you mean it's not just in the United States that there's this issue is found?
No, Trump would have to build a wall in the water there,
right? Oh,
yeah,
geez.
And the airport, and the train station, and the tube, and he'd be even more of a wall building fiend, which. He's just a fiend at this point. Anyways.
Yeah.
And then I watched with Adrian, So I Married an Axe Murderer.
And he's like, that was such a weird movie.
It was awesome.
That's a great film.
I love it.
Yes.
Mike Myers, I mean, how do you... You just don't get much better than that.
He's pretty golden.
Oh.
Yeah.
Don't even need to... Just...
Yeah.
Heed! Move it, Deed! And then I watched Bird Box again with Adrian.
Oh, how did
Great. A second. Some people like Thanksgiving leftovers.
Yeah.
I like leftovers all the time.
Oh, bird leftovers.
And Bird Box
yes.
a second time. Great.
Okay.
Sandra Bullock picked up on some little things in there, and I was like, oh, sweet.
Yeah.
So... If you have Netflix, just
check it out.
If you haven't watched this movie, you're having a crappy day. This will make you feel much better about your life.
Yeah, right.
There's a lot of places where it feels really cold, but in the end, you see why.
Yeah, and please don't try and drive your car without being able to see. Please. The yahoos in Utah that were. You guys are truly utards. Yeah, we are not in this situation where we would have to do it now.
Don't.
Yeah, let's not.
Just don't. And then we watched Annihilation.
Oh,
very good.
Yeah,
very good.
I was there for part of it.
I forgot another movie that I watched, but I just put it on our list.
Okay.
And then I started the second season of The Punisher, Marvel's The Punisher.
Okay.
Frank Castle.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
What a great show.
And I believe it's canceled. That's not coming back.
Right, which
Here.
you know what? It's all good.
Yeah.
It's one of those shows. I like Arrow and I like all those, but seriously,
Yeah.
we don't need another Rocky thing.
Right, and Punisher would be great for a film. I mean, I think that it's a good movie type of a guy, but
I think
series
him. So the Punisher and Wolverine,
yeah,
like teaming up.
that
would be gnarly.
That would be a disaster waiting to happen for the people.
And John Wick.
And John Wick. Oh, I can't wait for John Wick 3.
Anyway. And then the other movie I watched was Fences with Denzel.
Oh, yeah. How did you like that?
I really liked it.
Cool.
I really liked it.
Yeah.
I love how it all comes together.
Yeah. We really wanted to see that one, but it was about the time the Movie Pass was doing their thing, and we couldn't get to see it.
Yeah. No, it's I believe that it's on. I think it's Prime that it's on, and totally worth it. Yeah. If you're looking to watch Red Sparrow, because I didn't watch it in the theater, you can't watch it.
You can't
on Prime or IMDb or anywhere.
Got it.
On I think you have to pay for HBO or just buy it for $15, and I'm just not interested.
Well, we have HBO.
Oh, okay.
So you could check it out if it's on there. I think it is.
Huh.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Well, anyway, so that was a movie that Adrian and I were going to watch the other night, but we didn't. Okay. So yeah, that's what I streamed.
Cool.
Between like being seated upon the throne.
Right. Oh my gosh.
Which may be coming up next week.
So I'm sorry, but I want to go back to Annihilation really quick. Did you like it? I can't remember if you said
no. I did like it.
Okay, cool.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah, because it was sci-fi. It was like there was action, then a whole bunch of beautiful stuff, and then the end action, and that was how that kind of went. So
I don't know if it was a bunch of beautiful stuff in the middle. There was a lot of sci-fi action. Yeah. And this weird romance thing.
Yeah.
And it's weird, and at the end, or towards the end, you start to, some of us started to realize that why.
Yeah.
The shimmer refracts everything.
Everything. Yep.
And Adrian's still working on what the heck that means.
He'll get it eventually.
So,
okay.
So what do we got coming up next week?
Oh, next week, The Kid Who Would Be King. So that's, it'll make some money. It's a kid's movie. I'll go see it. It looks like fun. The guy who plays Captain Picard on Star Trek plays Merlin. But the old version of Merlin, not the young kid version of Merlin. Sir Patrick Stewart, sorry. And then Serenity comes out, and that's the one where it seems like an interesting trailer. There's a boat, a woman who says, "Kill my husband," and is he supposed to, or is he not? And what happens out in the sea? Yeah, looks interesting. I'll go see it. And this one, I hope it comes out because it's one of those rated. What is it? It's rated independent, called King of Thieves, and it's a bunch of old men going to rob a bank like they had been doing when they were kids and younger and all that stuff. So they're reliving a robbery, but it's so funny. Like one of the scenes of the guy. Really old guy, he's trying to pick up this really heavy bag of gold, and he ends up pissing himself. I mean, that's how old these guys are. It has, I'm trying to think of the guys' names that are in this film, but
Matthew McConaughey,
yes,
Anne Hathaway, Diane Lane, Stephen Knight is the director.
Yeah, coming out this weekend. So, yeah, but. Really, it's going to be funny. Is that Anne Hathaway? I didn't see Anne Hathaway in this. Is that the right one?
Is that for Serenity, right?
Oh, no. I was talking about... I moved on from Serenity.
Sorry.
Yeah, King of Thieves.
Yeah, I'm not finding that one. That must be a very...
Oh, Michael Caine, Charlie Cox.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to take your word for it.
Oh, yeah. If you get a chance, check it out. It's hilarious. It's going to be funny. Just these old guys... Whoever says, a true crime film about a crew of retired crooks who pull off a major heist in London's jewelry district. What starts off as their last criminal hurrah quickly turns into a brutal nightmare due to greed, based on infamous true events. Ooh, I didn't even realize that. So, yeah. Anyway, so that's going to be good. If you like, I'm trying to think of the other films that Michael Caine was in. He was in that one with Bruce Willis back in the day, everybody loves. Hudson Hawk, if you remember that. Mm-hmm. Was that Michael Caine? Was it? I don't remember.
Anyways.
Yeah. And then... He does all the British films, obviously. He's kind of a Brit guy. And then, hold on 2 seconds. Let's see, he was in Sherlock Gnomes. He was in Dunkirk. Going in Style. Now You See Me Too, if you remember him in that, where they stole his money. Yeah.
I do,
so.
Yeah.
That's the gentleman I'm talking about. So, anyway, this weekend, that's it. Kid Who Would Be King, Serenity, and King of Thieves. So, box office, what have we got? Please tell me that Glass made it to number one. You don't? Okay, you don't have to tell me. All right, don't tell me. What happened? How did it go?
Would you believe... At $304 million after 5 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Aquaman
has
finally fallen to the third place.
Wow, okay. Wow, 300 million.
Like,
that's just
better
insane.
than Crazy Rich Asians.
Yeah.
Better than The Grinch.
Right?
I mean...
yeah.
I mean, Bohemian Rhapsody... now after 12 weeks is $202 million in the box
I'm really
office.
surprised it wasn't better than that, but okay.
A Star Is Born is 204.
Okay.
So
wow,
Aquaman had just tore that up, and this is just the beginning.
Right.
You know there's going to be another.
Wow, if there's a popular category in the Oscars, that might win it.
Right?
Dear. So number 3, Aquaman.
Right.
Cool.
Glass, 40 million and a half.
Oh, okay.
Comes in at first.
Oh, wow.
First
okay.
place, yeah.
Not bad. 40 million.
Budget was only 20 million.
Oh, okay. Wow. So they made it.
Yeah, they made 100% profit.
Nice. Well,
the upside at 15 million.
Number 2.
Number 2. So
oh, okay, cool. I like the upside.
in its second week. So
wow.
They're at 43.
Okay.
And their budget was 37.5. So they're just breaking out of that.
Okay. Fantastic. Okay,
right.
Cool. Thank you for telling us those.
A Dog's Way Home was 6 and Escape Room was 7.
Oh, okay. Well, now I got to know what was 4 and 5.
Dragon Ball Super
was
4 and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is 5.
Nice.
So still up there.
Okay, cool.
And they're doing just fine. They're at like 159 million.
Okay. Yeah, they're doing great. They got it.
So yeah.
Cool. All right. Future movies and trailers. I can't wait for this Captain Marvel to come out. That's all I've got for this week for future. I'm like, let's have Captain Marvel, please. Can we hurry?
It seems like there's not a lot coming out.
Well, I mean, you've got your Dumbo, and you've got all these others, and Star Wars at the very end of the year. I mean, so there's a bit. It's just how far ahead do we want to go with this right now? I just know that Captain Marvel's coming soon. In about a month and a half or so, something like that. So,
right,
I really want to see that. So
yeah, I want to see that, and I still want to see Alita. I just hope that it isn't a huge flop. And I'm like, why did I get so excited about that?
I know it won't be. I'm sure it'll be great. It'll be great. If you're looking at it through my eyes, you're gonna love it.
Perfect. Then.
Perfect. You're right. All right. So next week, let's talk about movies about being cursed.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds like a fun one. So if you have something like that, send us a text or voicemail, 512-podcast, or email us at shoutout@tfwmovies.com, or, Patreon. You could send it to us there, or Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, what is the other one? Google Plus, or YouTube. You could even do it on YouTube. Send us a message at TFW Movies. Let us know. That's it. All right.
Okay.
So I think that's the end of the show, which means it's time to say thank you.
That sounds just about right.
Yeah, so thank you, Joshua Struthers,
hey, Josh.
for your stuff. Thank you, Big Checho. Yeah.
There we go.
Yep. Thank you to our cast, DJ McGee, Jimmy Harris, Beth Labine. Still thanking Adrian Rondo, because we appreciate his time on our show.
He's just a different kind of cast member now.
Yeah.
He's in a support role.
Right. He's veteran, let me tell you. And then a special thanks to those ladies that help us get us by through the days and make sure we go see movies, Jackie Harris and Penny McGee. But last and definitely not the least, I really want to thank the audience, you listening audience. Thank you so much for clicking on our show and listening to it and saying great things about our show. I know you are.
Give us your thoughts on films you're seeing.
That's right. We'd love to hear back from you. Tell a friend, share whatever you can about the show. And that being said, cut.